What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel and another episode of the Never Seen It series where I give you my thoughts and opinions about movies I have never seen before in my entire life. Do I love them? Do I hate them? But most importantly, do I recommend them to you? There's always the best of the batch and there's always a worst. Everything else kind of just falls in between. So if you happen to be brand new here on my channel, you absolutely love physical media, you love movies, you want physical to survive, then hit the red subscribe down below, as well as that like button, but most importantly, that small notification bell so you don't miss any videos like this in the future. So my Never Seen It stack is not as hefty as it usually is because we are in the month of December, and I have been focusing on my Christmas films that I've seen over and over again. I love this time of year. I always save my Christmas movies for the month of December. That's just me. I know I could watch them at any time, but they just mean more in the month of Christmas. So I've been revisiting a lot of the classics for me that I've grown up with. So I don't have a lot of Never Seen It, but I have watched a few and a good variety, I think. I got some Christmas and I got some Disney thrown in. So I'm very ready to show you what I've been watching. And when I get to my most hated title of the bunch, I got some things to say, but I'm going to start off with my favorite of the batch, and I'm not biased because I live in Connecticut. It is Christmas in Connecticut. I loved watching this movie. Black and white films have become such a joy for me, and I did not feel that way a couple of years ago. But once you become a physical media collector, your taste has to broaden. You know what I mean? You can't just watch the same genre, the same titles over and over. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I think it's just beneficial that you go outside the box and you start watching foreign titles, older films, black and white, things like that. So when I was younger, I never watched black and white movies. For some reason, I just associated a stigma of black and white. They're boring, they're long, they're not entertaining. Nothing could be further than the truth. So the past couple of years, I'd say really the past year, I've really got into watching black and white films. So Christmas in Connecticut is a black and white movie. This is a film that centers about love and romance, a little bit of mistaken identity thrown in just a little bit, and it's fun. It was a fun movie. It was a joy to watch. And I gotta say, watching black and white films nowadays, I got my own personal routine that I love. I pop in a black and white movie, I curl up in a blanket, I set the lights down low, get the ambiance going, and I don't drink wine. If I did, I'm sure I'd have a glass of wine next to me, but I drink cocoa instead. And that's kind of like a nightly routine of what I do when I watch a black and white movie. So this was a joy. I loved it. I highly recommend it. If you have not seen Christmas in Connecticut, do yourself a favor, pick up this title. When I picked it up, I think it was under $10. You can find it for under 10 bucks. It is so worth it. So definitely pick this one up. Pick it up. Get it. All right. The next movie, shout out to Bob's Blu-rays, because when I was on his live stream of our top 5 favorite Christmas movies, he pulled this next title as his #1 favorite. And because of that, he's never going to live it down. And here in the community, we are never going to let him forget it. So that makes it all the more fun. I watched Reindeer Games. That's right. Reindeer Games is Bob's Blu-ray's #1 Christmas film. Now, this was fun, I do have to say, and I can definitely understand why it's Bob's #1 favorite, because there is a point where Charlize is completely naked because she is having sex with Ben Affleck. So I'm sure that's probably an influencer in his decision of why this is his favorite Christmas movie. But that's not the reason why I enjoyed it. I love a good twist. I love twists in the plot line where you don't see anything coming and you just get like whiplash with the twist of the plot line. This is definitely full of them. There was like, what, 3 or 4 twists in here? It keeps you on your toes. It's entertaining. It is kind of a longer movie. It does run a little bit over 2 hours. I think that's a little bit too long. They probably could have cut out, I'd say 10, maybe 15 minutes of this because it kind of dragged just a smidge for me. But I can overlook that because overall it was an entertaining movie. Ben Affleck was decent. I mean, there's nothing about this film where he needed to be Oscar worthy. You know, like it's a simple heist movie with mistaken identity and, this, that, throw in some prison. And, that's what this movie is. So it was fun, had a good time. It was enjoyable. We all watched it as a family and we all enjoyed it and we all enjoyed the twist. I will say the one negative about this movie for me, though, it's not the most rewatchable because once you know what the twists and turns are, kind of like, okay, been there, done that, I've seen it. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to watch it again. It'll probably go in the yearly rotation of Christmas films. Probably every December, I'll take this one off the shelf and I will give it a watch. So, Bob, thank you for mentioning Reindeer Games. It was in my pile of never seen it, and you gave me the reason to give it a watch. So shout out to Bob and go over to his channel, Bob's Blu-rays, and subscribe, watch all of his videos. He does a lot of unboxings and live streams, and he's an amazing part of this community. So definitely go over to his channel. Despite that movie being his number one, he's a solid dude. Okay, let's move on. Never gonna let you forget it, Bob. Never gonna let you forget it. Okay, we got a Disney princess title next. Disney's The Princess and the Frog. So my theme watching month, obviously besides Christmas, is Disney. And I've been trying to watch some Disney. It's been a little difficult because I'm not the biggest Disney person with animated titles anyway. But I'm trying. I really, really am. So I gave Princess and the Frog a watch. Nothing major to say about this title. It was fun. It's a cute movie, kind of a little bit out of the box of the normal formula of a Disney princess film. I enjoyed it. My mom was kind of watching it, kind of not. She was like on her iPad and I was watching it in the living room. But even she said at a couple of points, this is a really cute movie. So we enjoyed it. Yes, I'll probably watch it again, but not anytime soon. This was sent to me from a subscriber, so I do appreciate it being sent my way. But it's not a title that I'm like, yes, I need to watch it again right away. I can wait, but I enjoyed it. Interpret that however you will. Okay, more Christmas is next. So when I'm doing research, as I say, research for my channel, when I'm looking up things for the next set of videos, I always like to have something on my television going in the background. I work best with noise, I guess is what I can call it. So I put in A Year Without a Santa Claus. Now this was sent to me from a subscriber as well. And I kind of remember seeing A Year Without a Santa Claus, but not the other two. There's 3 featurettes in this entire movie. It equals over 2 hours. So you have A Year Without a Santa Claus as the first featurette, and then the second is Rudolph Finding the New Year's Baby, and then the third is Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey. That one killed me. Okay, that one, Nestor the Donkey. If you do not want to feel anything or cry, don't watch that one because you will bawl your eyes out. So that one kind of made me a little bit emotional. But this is one of the Rankin Bass, creations from a long time ago. It's pure nostalgia. So if you're into things like that, if you're into that generation with the Rankin Bass, then you will definitely love this title. I do recommend that you get it and put it into your collection because it's a classic. Rankin Bass anything is total nostalgia and classic. So you got to pick it up and you got to put it into your collection. Okay, a little bit more Disney up next. The Watcher in the Woods. Now, this was sent over to me from Gus, and Gus, I totally appreciate it because this, talk about total nostalgia from my past. I used to watch this. I was never fortunate enough to have the Disney Channel in my house. That was a little bit too pricey for us back in the day. Things have changed now. I can afford Disney Plus, but back then, we were struggling. So if I ever wanted Disney Channel, I had to go over to my friend's house. They always had it. And this was one of the ones that we would watch. And for some reason, it always freaked me out. I didn't know if it was Betty Davis, the circumstances when she cut her finger on the glass, it broke the window. That always freaked me out for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Revisiting this and watching this as an adult at 42 years old, it was a joy. It really was because it brought back all of those memories that I had when I was 10 or something, watching this on the floor with my friends, pillows and blankets. And that's one of the great things about movies because they're everlasting and you get all those memories come flooding back to you. It doesn't matter how old you are. You could be young, you could be, 80 years old. And movies that really mean something or have those memories, they're always going to stick with you. And this is definitely one of those for me. So revisiting Watcher in the Woods, it was a fun time. I didn't remember it entirely, so it was a great rewatch for me because there were some parts where I'd forgotten about. So having that all come back to me was great fun and great joy. So Gus, thank you so much for sending this my way. And I will be watching, what is it? Return to Witch Mountain. I will be watching that one as well. So thank you so much. All right. These next two titles, I'm putting them together because there's really not much to say about them. It's Robin Hood and Sword in the Stone, okay? Like, I needed some Disney. I wanted some quick, fun Disney titles to watch. They're like 80 minutes long a piece. However, I will say, if I had to choose one over the other, I'm going with Sword in the Stone. I love Sword in the Stone. I always have. It's such a fun watch. This movie makes me laugh, like from my gut. My favorite part is when they have the wizard battle with Merlin and Madame Mim. I just crack up when they turn into squirrels at one point during the movie and they're chasing around. Oh, I love that part too. It is so much fun. Whereas Robin Hood, watching this title for some reason, it's like an 83-minute long movie, but it feels like 2 hours at some points. The topic is so serious. And granted, it is a Disney animated title, but we're dealing with some serious stuff here. And it's not as lighthearted as Sword in the Stone, in my opinion. So if I have to choose, I'm going with Sword in the Stone. There we go. I'm going with Sword in the Stone, but I enjoyed revisiting them both and watching them for my Disney for December. Now we are getting to the title. You know what this face means. We are getting to the title that should be avoided at all costs. And I don't think I've ever said that about any movie ever on the channel. I'm not sure, but this is a major thing. Avoid at all costs. Red Christmas. Do not waste your time. Do not waste your money. And even if you're curious, because of the way I'm speaking about this film in this video, please take this seriously. Do not waste your money on this. This is a horrible Christmas movie. I have no desire. I have to take a breath. I have no desire to watch this movie ever again. It is horrible. It is awful. It starts off in an abortion clinic. I should have known right then and there. Where is this movie going? This is horrible. It starts off in an abortion clinic. And then we're in this like mansion, I think in Australia. You got Dee Wallace. Her name is right there. Dee Wallace. Very well known, especially in the horror community. She's in The Howling. She's the mom in E.T., so we all know who Dee Wallace is. She not only starred in this hunk of garbage, she produced the damn thing. Okay, now that's just embarrassing alone because the producer makes decisions and they have input. They put up the money. So she's really invested in this title. And there is no reason to be. This movie is beyond horrible. The entire cast of characters that plays her family, her children, her brother, I didn't like any of them. When they got the axe in this movie, I was so happy because I did not like any of these people. This movie is dumb. It is stupid. You want to know? The basic plot of what this is? This guy in this, Scream wannabe like knockoff outfit is, I guess, the child that Dee Wallace aborts in the beginning of the movie and it goes wrong and he survives. So he comes back and finds her and slaughters her and the family. That's what this movie is about. It is so goddamn dumb. Please, I am begging you, do not waste your time and do not waste your money. As I was laying here watching this film, I said, I am never watching this movie again. It is so dumb. The only thing worth doing to this movie is that. So those are all the movies that I've been watching besides my Christmas films. So let me know down below, what have you been watching lately? Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you next time.